another Atlanta Falcons franchise rebuild. We're currently on a mediocre slow start. Starting off with the rookie, Michael Penix is off to a slow start so far in the season. He's just above 500 passing yards, or maybe just above 600 passing yards, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's just below 700 passing yards. I'm sorry. 7 interceptions thus far, 3 touchdowns, sacked 12 times. And if you want to look at that as an NFL standpoint, as he was just thrusted into playing, he's already middle of the pack in interceptions. He's tied for top three in interceptions. So we do need to get that cut down a little bit. But he isn't leading the rookies in interception. That goes to Caleb Williams, who was the number one overall pick in this year's draft, who was leading the rookie class interception. He also has a lot of yards as well. A guy that's having a breakout sophomore season thus far is Anthony Richardson. 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions with a 75 completion percentage. And he's been sacked only twice thus far. He's been looking apart from a couple of these other guys. Jay Daniels is looking like one of the better rookies in this year's draft class with 10 touchdowns, only 1 interception. He's been looking pretty solid as well thus far in his rookie season. And we also seen the rookie out of South Carolina, Spencer Rattler, last week, who we picked off. Other than that, Drake Mays looked really good as well, who was drafted out of North Carolina, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with 64 completion percentage. We're just trying to get better. We're just trying to get on this. We're just trying to get better, man. But thus far, it's been up to a slow start. Bijan Robinson, he's been running the ball, not effectively, but to the best of his ability. Because certain games, he's not really getting that many yards. The receiving game, we're trying to get started in this department. We're trying to get some guys more so open. Starting off with Drake London. As y'all see, he's pretty much down in here. Darnell Mooney is up in here, 24 262. So Drake London is somewhere around in this area. I don't know where he's at, actually. I know he has more yards than Darnell Mooney, I believe. Unless Darnell Mooney has more yards than him. Actually, Mooney has more yards than him. Drake London is 24 247. I think he missed last week with an injury. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he's played it only in 4 games. So he's been dealing with a couple injuries throughout the season. Trying to make sure he stays healthy. Pitt's been okay as well. It's just been a tough season. Kane Ellis, he's second in tackles this year, so far this season. We just need a little bit more out of the offense. Patrick Mahomes, Jermaine Pratt, Devin Weatherspoon, and Baker Mayfield won it last week. Right now, we just need to show we can stick around. We can hang in there with the best of them. And Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers take over that number 1 spot in the South, as this is a tough South division to come out of, as is the West as well. Also, the North is also getting up for a little bit of a fight. And thus far, it has been the Commanders in the East. But we all know Philly does have a team that's good enough to make a push for the playoffs as well. But before we keep getting going, let's start talking about a couple rookies. How I'm going to talk about the rookies is I'm going to go by the regions. I'm going to go based off the regions. And we're going to start off with our number 1 top priority, which is the cornerback / safety room. We're going to start out in the West. The number 1 guy that's projected to come out of the West, who is ranked number 19th, or projected prospect ranked number 19, which means he's a top 20 player thus far, is John Porter, the 6'4", 193 out of Oregon, man coverage corner, 22 years old, good speed, good to solid jumping, solid to decent change of direction, solid to decent agility, elite to great acceleration, solid to decent strength. His skill-wise, B tackle thus far, and C kickoff return. I do want to see what's a little bit more to him, as he is also projected to go to us if we keep the number 10 pick. The next person in the West region is Brandon Whitlock, 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Wisconsin. And we're only going to talk about the first two rounds or the projected first and second rounders in each of the regions, by the way. We'll get into the third and day three guys more so in the offseason and towards the back end of this season as well. But Brandon Whitlock, who's 6'2", 200 pounds, coming out of Washington, 22 years old as well, right-handed, good to solid speed, solid to decent strength, decent to marginal jumping, solid to decent change of direction, solid to decent agility, solid to decent acceleration, and he is coming out of Washington. So kickoff return, D player recognition. He's not as athletic as Porter, but I do feel as if he could potentially be a nice, maybe slot nickelback guy coming out of Washington. But he is at 6'2", another man guy. Like I said, he's not as athletic as John Porter, but I do think he can probably play in that slot nickel package. All right, now we're gonna get over into the Northeast region. Only one guy in the Northeast region is projected to go in the first to second round, and that's Jeremiah Peck, 6'1", 198 out of Buffalo. Be catching, and he's very, very athletic, solid to decent strength, great to good speed, great to good jumping, good to solid change of direction, great to good agility, great to good acceleration. And like I said, C play recognition, B catching. So I do want to kind of figure out what his man press and zone coverage is. But thus far, he's very, very athletic, more athletic than John Porter, and he could very much so be a number one pick for me personally. Now let's get into the Southeast region. This is where you can get a little bit more. And that's going to start off with the guys as in Justin McCullough, 5'10", 205, coming out of Miami, 22 years old. He is a man coverage guy. Solid to decent strength, solid to decent speed, elite to great jumping, great to good change of direction, good to solid agility, and good to solid acceleration. Justin McCullough coming out of Miami. B kickoff return, A injury, B tackle, which is really good. He can have between a B to D zone coverage. He has an A man coverage, so that's really good. B block shedding. He has a B to D catching, B to D press, C to F play recognition, B to D awareness, C to F hit power, and C to F stamina. So we're gonna let him figure out what is good for him. But if you're looking at his speed and acceleration wise, he's not as athletic, but he can jump out the gym as a 5'10", 205 man coverage corner. If I were to be that short and have that type of elite jumping, that's really something good for Justin McCullough coming out of Miami. I'm still very much into Jeremiah Peck a little bit more and John Porter as well, the 4'10", I said 4'10", 6'4", 6'4" corner coming out of Oregon. So far as in between Jeremy Peck, the 6'1" out of Buffalo, and then John Porter, the 6'4" out of Oregon. Justin McCullough, he's 5'10". He'll be more so of a slot guy for me, not an outside guy, due to having those bigger receivers on the outside particularly. Another guy that we can look into is the 6'2" corner out of Alabama in Tremaine Cook. He's projected to go in the second to third round. 22 years old, man coverage guy. Not as athletic as none of the other guys that's, projected to go above him. I think that's another reason why his draft stock is dropping. As of right now, he's a -6 rank change over the season thus far. So he dropped a couple ranks. Only thing that's good with him athletically is the great to good acceleration. Other than that, he's going to have good to solid speed and marginal port strength, decent to marginal jumping, decent to marginal change direction, solid to good, solid to decent acceleration. His skills wise though, C man, C press, C play rec, C zone, It's just a lot of C's. I don't really see him being a second round draft pick either. I think he might slide into the third, maybe even the fourth round as a 6'2 corner, which wouldn't be bad for most teams because that's a pretty good spot to take him in maybe the third, second round. So still for me, I'm still stuck on uh Jeremy, Jeremy Peck. I'm still stuck on him, 6'1 out of Buffalo. And I'm still stuck on John Porter, 6'4 out of Oregon. The next second to third round projection in the Southeast region is Melvin Galloway. 5'10", coming out of Auburn. 23 years old, though. He's a lot older than the guys that's, projected to go in the first and second rounds. But he is also a second to third round projecting. C catching, B man, B press, and a D zone. He is a match coverage guy. And another thing with him, the only thing that's really good with him physically is the elite to great acceleration. He's going to be pretty slow as a 5'10 corner man guy. And I think he's going to be better off suited as a slot guy where he doesn't have to worry about getting torched deep or anything like that. But Melvin Galloway, just not really going to be that for me. So I think we have our 3 first round our 2 guys that we are looking into very much going into the first round is Jeremiah Peck and Mr. John Porter. Brandon Whitlock, I think we could probably add him onto our board. I think he looked a lot better than I don't know what his skills is, so I do want to see what his skills are first before we even get into that with Whitlock. But I do think Brandon Whitlock could also be added onto our board as well. We could possibly also add in Justin McCullough. He's not going to be that fast, but I do like that the fact that he does have an A man and a B to D zone. So even if that's a C, I know we can build on that. He's a really good tackler, so that gives us something to kind of look forward to. And I know he can be a good block shatter. So I think we are going to add him onto our board as well. So it's going to be Justin McCullough, Jeremy Peck out of Buffalo, and the 6'4 corner out of Oregon, and John Porter. And then we're going to add Justin McCullough out of Miami onto our board. I want to see what these second rounders look like a little bit more, but we'll talk about them later on in this draft. Let's get over to the safety position. And I think we're going to be more so looking at the strong safety position for this season. Let's start off with the 6'2", 220-pound strong safety out of Washington, and Lawrence Tyson, who is projected to go between the first and the second round. He is 21 years old, A hit power, and he's very, very athletic. Great to good strength, elite to great speed, great to good jumping, elite to great change of direction, elite to great agility, and great to good acceleration. A hit power, A play recognition. Offense and he's a hybrid guy too. We more so into the run stopper, supports guys. But based off his athleticism alone, I think he's gonna be a really good corner or good safety that we could probably take in the first round. In the NFC, in the Northeast region, we have the 6', 196-pound out of West Virginia and Dravian Claxton, 21 years old, projected to go between the second to third round. B hit power. His athleticism isn't as bad or isn't as good as you could get out of Lawrence Tyson out of Washington, right? Yep, 6'2" out of Washington. But I do think Draven Classic could also be another really good fit. He is a zone coverage guy. Not as athletic as Lawrence Tyson, but I do think he can fit into a couple roles, be hit power, be catching. So at least I know he can catch the ball in the back end. But we'll see once we get into the actual draft portion of everything. Josh Bates, 6'3" out of Clemson. A hit power, D-man coverage, 22 years old, 6'3", 205. For him to be 6'3", good to solid speed is pretty good. And he's a run supporter. Great to good strength, decent to marginal jumping, solid to decent change direction, solid to decent agility, decent to marginal acceleration. B pursuit, A, hit power, D, man coverage though. So hopefully that zone is around a B or at least a C, something that we can develop. But I do think he can probably fit in the back of the secondary with the Jesse Bates and the AJ Terrell. Lawrence Tyson is still my number one guy though out of this whole safety class right now. But we're going to go into Devin Drummond, 6'1", 222 out of Tennessee. B tackles, C zone, not terrible. He's just not as athletic. He's just not as athletic, so he's not going to be as fast. Maybe around 82 to 83 speed. But at least I know he can tackle, he can block shed, and zone is only a C, so I know that's developable. And so far in his ranking change is up by 5. So that's really, really good for him. The Central region don't really have anybody there that's coming out of the first or second round. So I think out of these top 4 guys, I think it's going to probably be between Lawrence Tyson and Devin Drummond. I think Devin Drummond is going to be a really, really decent guy coming out of Tennessee. Like I said, he's not that athletic, but I do think he could probably fit in as well into that backfield. I like Taj Bates coming out of Clemson as well for him to be that big. I think he could also fit in there as well as a run supporter. So we're going to probably add both these 3 guys there. Jeremy Claxton, he's just not as athletic as the other guys. He has good to solid speed. So, I mean, I guess he is a little bit better than Draymond. So we're going to add him, although he did drop by 3. But Draymond is just not athletic. So we're going to take Draymond off, actually. We're going to keep Claxton in there. Let's get some free safeties as well. Maybe there's maybe a free safety that we can move over to strong safety that we might like that can fit into that strong safety build. Let's see. Let's see what's here at free safety that we can probably move over to strong. And we're gonna start off with in the central region. We have Shaquille Womack, 5'9", 202 out of Wisconsin, 22 years old, projected to go in the first to second round. He is 22. Great to good speed. That's a good start. Great to good jumping. That's a good start. Great to good acceleration. Other than that, he's so short, so I'm not really expecting his strength to be as high. But A, awareness, that's really good. C, play recognition. I think off his athleticism alone is pretty solid for him to be added into our favorites. Yo, All right, so we're gonna ask Shaquille Womack, the 5'9", 202 guy out of Wisconsin, onto the favorites or to our draft board as well. We might be adding a lot of guys, more so in like the offensive, like wide receiver room to improve that part of the offense more so too as well. But defense is a big priority of us, so we do want to kind of look at this as well. All right, Terrence Tucker, 21 years old out of Texas Tech, C zone, run stopper. He has nice speed as well, great to good scrim, so that's really, really good. Acceleration isn't as good. I was probably looking for a good to solid acceleration, but solid decent acceleration is, I guess, is okay. Skill wise, B play recognition. He's not bad. He's actually not bad. I mean, and he fits into that scheme of what we're looking for at the strong safety position as a run support. Isaiah Kitchens out of Texas A&M. So we go from Texas Tech to Texas A&M. 6'3", 209, 22 years old. He's another run supporter. With C-man coverage. He's not as athletic as Terrence Tucker, but I do think C-man coverage. I still like Terrence Tucker a lot better than Isaiah Kitchens out of Texas A&M. So we're gonna go with Shaquille Womack out of Wisconsin, a 5'9" guy, and then Terrence Tucker, the 6'1", 222 out of Texas Tech, as our two guys in the Central region for the strong safety position. And then we have Alonzo Maynard, 5'11" out of Ohio State, 216, B tackle, another run supporter. Hey, he looks good though. For him to be 5'11" with elite to great strength, that's pretty good, pretty high. Great to good speed. Acceleration isn't that good. Agility isn't that good. Change direction is not good, and decent marginal. And jumping is decent to marginal. But he is only 5'11". But A block shedding though, B tackle. Do still want to see what those zone or really that zone coverage looks like. That's for all of my safeties. I feel like I'm more sure into like, okay, cool. You can have the speed, which is what Terrence I can't even speak right now. That's what Terrence Tucker has. He has the speed, but do he have the zone ability? I'm not gonna add Alonzo Arnold to it, but I will probably look into that a little bit later. Now another guy who is 21 years old, projected first, second round, 6 foot out of Florida, 22-24, Nathan Carter. A man coverage, that's good. Speed isn't really there. Acceleration isn't really there, but good coverage, I guess, with A man, C block shedding, and B awareness. I think with that A man alone, maybe he could probably be a slot guy. He could play in the nickel packages and stuff like that. But I would like to see a little bit more out of him if he's not going to really have the speed aspect. Joey Barber out of Miami, 5'9", 209, projected to go in the second to third round. A hit power, good to solid speed, good to solid strength, elite to great agility. Okay, A hit power, A injury, which is really, really good. B play recognition. I like him a little bit more than Nathan Carter. So we're gonna go with Joey Barber from the South to be added to our favorites. John Tiller, 6'2", 23 years old out of South Carolina. D man covered. A hit power, marginal poor speed. John Tiller is not going to be added to our board at all. So free safety room, we're going with Joey Barber. We're going with Shaquille Womack and Terrence Tucker. Strong safety room, we're going with Lawrence Tyson, uh, Draven Claxton, and Todd Bates are going to be our corners we're going to be looking at in this draft. Cornerback room so far within the first two rounds. We're going to be looking at John Porter, 6'4", out of Oregon. Jeremy Beck, 6'1", out of Buffalo. And Justin McCullough, 5'10", out of Miami. If anybody ever knows me, I'm not really big into the under 6 foot room, but I think if he is there in the second round, he can probably play a little bit of nickel, probably move him down the corner, but he can probably play a little bit of nickel back and play in the slot as well for us. So I'm very high on John Porter, though, and Jeremiah Peck. Justin McCullough, his skills just gonna have to just show for himself. And thus far, he does have really good skills with A to B or A man B to D zone. So I do feel very confident in that department of his game. Other than that, we do have a couple safeties here on our board that I feel very confident in as well. So far, here's our board with the corners. Maybe add a little bit more corners once we start scouting a little bit more into that, third, fourth round, even some day three guys. But thus far, that's what we're looking like. We will probably see this wide receiver room get scouted a little bit sooner than later, but we're not really there yet. You could also, well, you will see us look at some centers as well. You will see us look at some guards that can probably move into the center position. And you could probably see us draft a offensive tackle. Defensive end is probably not a big need for us, but you could potentially see us go in that route as well. And you very much will see us look into this D tackle class as well, even as we find somebody in the day three that can be for surely a really good run stopper for us, that we could just develop. You could also see us look at some outside linebackers to kind of pair up and be some backups for us, and also could look into the middle linebacker room for 3 years in a row. So that's all of our scouts, player scouting we wanted to do there. We want to start on the defense, the secondary side of the ball, because that's kind of where we're not having trouble at necessarily, but we are 25th in passing yards defensively, and we are 28th in rushing yards allowed. But I do think we do hold our own in pretty much every game, and we at least try to give our offense at least a shot to get us into it. But against the Buccaneers, we just didn't show up. We only scored 14 points, 7 in the second quarter, 7 in the fourth. We went scoreless in 2 quarters. They scored in every quarter and scored 14 in the fourth. We only held Baker Mayfield to only 2 passing touchdowns, which was really, really good. And his completion percentage is still at 80. So maybe need to bring down their wide receiver catching just a little bit more, or maybe their passing accuracy. I don't know yet. But we did give up 100, almost 200 yards to Chris Godwin, so that has nothing to do with it. We just have to play a little bit better defense. We led the game in tackles though with Jesse Bates and Caden Ellis, who finished the game with 10. But we do have to be a lot better if we want to win some of these closer games. Although none of these games we lost have been close. Well, at least week 3 and week 4. Or week 5 wasn't close. We won a week 4 game by 3 points at home. But on to the Panthers though, who's off to a pretty solid start as well behind Bryce Young. Also, before we go right into this, I am gonna change some sliders around. I am gonna boost wide receiver catching up by 1 to a 37, and I am going to move their quarterback accuracy down by 1 to a 45, and oh, yeah. I'm going to be moving their pass coverage down by 2 to an 80. I don't think this down 1 is going to really change much. Up 1 not going to really change much, but I do think that's where we're going to look like for pretty much the most part of the rest of this season. What else is there to pretty much talk about? I think that's pretty much it. All right. So let's go ahead and look at this Panther squad. You know who their quarterback is already. We're Bryce Young, this former first overall pick in the 2023 draft class. Maybe it was 2024, 2023 draft class. Yep, I was right. 2023 draft class, #1 overall pick. He did win a week 4 player of the week. Thus far, he's looking way better than he did in his rookie season, and he's getting sacked way less than he did in his rookie season. Everything is just up and booming thus far for this guy. 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions thus far. Halfway past his rookie season, total yards and things of that nature, but he's looking really good. Also, you have the veteran Andy Dalton right behind him to kind of train him up. Chuba Hubbard is here. Jonathan Brooks, who they drafted as well out of Texas. I think he was a 3rd-round draft pick, maybe even a 4th-round draft pick. He was a 2nd-round draft pick coming out of Texas. And then Miles Sanders is here as well, who they picked up about 2 years ago. Deontay Johnson, who they drafted, or not drafted, I'm sorry, traded away for who they traded for from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's coming over and giving this Panthers wide receiver room, which was lackadaisical last year, a little bit of a life and a little bit of a jolt. And Adam Thielen, I'm sorry, he's out for one more week with a dislocated knee. So Xavier Legette, the rookie out of South Carolina, their first overall pick, he's looking to kind of bring a little bit of life to his rookie season. Jonathan Mingo is still here as well, who was a former first all-round draft pick as well. If not first round, I think it was second round draft pick coming out of Ole Miss. And you also have Terrace Marshall Jr. here as well, fourth man out of LSU. You also have David Moore. Mo Alley Cox is here. You also have Jatavian Sanders, who we're going to change his number from 85 to 0 because that's his number in real life. So good thing I did remember that once I seen this tight end room. Hopefully nobody has that number. Yep, cool. Jatavian Sanders. Molly Cox, who they bring in here to give a little bit of, I guess you could say, catching ability to this wide receiver room. E.M. Thomas is still here. Tommy Trumbull and Jatavian Sanders, rookie out of Texas. Akeem Ikwanu, third-year man out of NC State, who they drafted in the first round. He's been pretty solid for him. Damian Lewis, 27 years old, 77 overall, fifth-year man out of LSU. Austin Corbett, he's out for the next 3 weeks with a ruptured disc. So Cade Mays, third-year man out of Tennessee, will begin to start at center. Robert Hunt, fifth-year man out of UL Lafayette, 20 years old, 84 overall, will begin to start at right guard. And then Taylor Morton, 30 years old, 84 overall, eighth-year man out of West Michigan, will begin to start at right tackle. The defense side of the ball, they have Ashawn Robinson, ninth-year man out of Alabama. They traded for Drake Jackson from the 49ers, but he's out for the rest of the season with a foot fracture. And yeah, he's out for the rest of the season. He's on the last 2 years, his rookie deal, but he's out for the rest of the season, so they won't be seeing him. Kobe Wooden, second-year man out of Auburn, and LeBarian Ray, second-year man out of Alabama. Derek Brown, fifth-year man out of Auburn, and then Jaden Cromedy, rookie out of Mississippi State. Henry Anderson, 10th-year man out of Stanford. Shai Tuttle, 6-year man out of Tennessee. Nick Thurman, 6-year man out of Houston. Jadeveon Clowney, he's back in the Carolinas, 11th year man out of South Carolina. DJ Johnson, second-year man out of Oregon. Shaq Thompson, the veteran who'd been through up and down with the Panthers throughout his whole entire career, is in year number 10 now. He was on that Super Bowl team his rookie season in that 2015 year. He's also had his ups and downs throughout his career as well. He did resign a 2-year contract though to come back. Jose Jewell is here as well. Trevin Wallace, rookie out of Kentucky, 20 years old, 71 overall, who is going to be that bright spot for the future as he will begin a lot of knowledge from Shaq Thompson. Right outside linebacker room, they went and got DJ Wanham, former Minnesota Viking. Minnesota Viking, yep. Former Minnesota Viking. He had a really good, sophomore season with Minnesota. He was drafted in 2020. They don't have his 2020 stats. I don't think he played for a while. So due to injuries and stuff, I believe due to injuries and stuff, he barely played. I don't know who drafted DJ Wanham. Fifth-year man out of South Carolina. Was it Minnesota? I thought he's only played for Minnesota and Carolina. Yeah, he's only played for Minnesota and Carolina. So yeah, DJ Wanham drafted by Minnesota. You also have Amari Barno and you have Michael Barrett, rookie out of Michigan. That cornerback room can get revamped. I think giving J.C. Horn a little bit more help as a corner 2 guy, as he is the corner 1, obviously their future. But I think giving him a corner help in that 2 spot / 3 spot. But you have J.C. Horn, Troy Hill, Dane Jackson. You have Anthony Brown, Chau Smith-Wade, rookie out of Washington State. And you also have DeCaprio Boodle, fourth man out of Nebraska. They don't have Deontay Jackson anymore. I think that's his name, right? If I'm not mistaken, Jackson, yeah, Dante Jackson, because he was in that trade for Deontay Johnson, so he was traded here. So they did lose that, number two guy that was really, really good for him, and they would have got a little older at the number two spot. But they also lost a couple guys in the secondary, like Jeremy Chin. He's in Washington now. They lost a couple guys to Washington. Frankie Louvu, he's in Washington. Xavier Rose is here. Rudy Ford is also here as well. Jordan Fuller is here. He just resigned a contract, 26-year-old guy, former LA Ram, former Super Bowl champ as well with the Rams in, was that 2021, I believe? 2021. They won a Super Bowl. Yeah, I think it was 2021. And then Jamie Robinson, second year man out of Florida State. So they got a couple guys here that's been around the block a couple times, that knows what it takes to win, that have some winning background, that have a winning pedigree. Either that was in the collegiate level or they won it in 2021. So he does have a Super Bowl in his hands. So he does know how to win, and he knows what it takes to win. Back to the draft board. Like I said, they do have us taking John Porter at the number 10 pick. If we stay there and he is there, that could be our pick. I do like what he can give us upside wise with his height, and pair him up with an AJ Terrell. I think would be good for him. Jeremy Peck, the 6'1" out of Buffalo, the 6'1" corner out of Buffalo, is also supposed to be leaving within the top 15. Justin McCullough was leaving within the top 25. Lawrence Tyson was leaving within the top 30, and he's on our board as well. And he's supposed to be the only safety to go off the board within the top 32 picks. So we can mess around and get John Porter. We're going to miss out on Lawrence Tyson, but if we can get a John Porter and uh and Taj Bates, I wouldn't be mad at. If we can get a Taj Bates or Terrence Tucker, I wouldn't be mad at. So if we can get a John Porter, a Taj Bates, and a Terrence Tucker on this team, oh yeah, I wouldn't say the secondary is solidified, but I would say okay, yeah, the secondary is young. It's going to be looking great. It's going to be looking for the up and up. We already have the young pieces offensively, but we do want to kind of add to that a little bit more. Make sure we get a bona fide, three guy or a two guy, as we could probably say. Darnell Mooney's not really necessarily a favorite as a number two wide receiver. He's more so a three slot guy. You could say that for Darnell Mooney, but you could also say, but Darnell Mooney isn't really a slot guy or a three wide receiver. He's a number two guy, but he can kind of do it all for us. How do we prove it wrong? Throw more passing touchdowns with him. We need to get this passing touchdown on a roll with Michael Penix, because thus far he only has 3 on the season, and he's a lot better than what we're showing. So I would love to outduel. We're having two first round draft picks quarterbacks playing in this one due to the injury of Kirk Cousins in the week 2 matchup. So he has to kind of play a little bit more than probably what he wants to, which we're not going to be mad about. I don't mind letting our rookie play in our first season when we're having a good season with him, and that's why we're not having a good season with him. So that's kind of where the worry is at, as we want to just have a good season. Half pass, backup, split at wide receiver, keep the starter there. Split at center. Yeah. Is Drew Dalman back? I think so, although he's walking next season anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Can we get 1 interception, allow less than 24, 300 plus yards, and plus 15 first downs? Let's get right into this. I know this week is going to be a little bit longer due to us having the prospect scouting stuff, and we won't do it every week, but it will be probably every other week we'll do a prospect scout leading up to the off season. So just look out for that. So yes, please look out for that. Um, what else? I think that's pretty much it. All right, Brandon Dorless though, we want to see a little bit more out of this season with his playing time. Not really there. Oh my God, he gets pushed out of bounds. What's what's the what's the chances of that happening to us? And it looks like Drew Dahlman is back. So that's good for us as we finally get our whole offensive line back as he missed 6 weeks now. Oh my God. Don't go out of bounds. Oh my God, he goes out of units. Drew Dahlman is just manhandling this guy right now. And he gets, oh my God. What is this, bro? I tried to rip. Drew said, nope. This is why I'm the top offensive lineman in this upcoming free agency. He's showing it why there. And too bad we won't be able to bring him back. As we probably should have chose to bring him back over the secondary guys that we're bringing back. Maybe we would have found somebody in the free agency to bring back here and help us out there. But we chose to go another route. Let Drew Dahlman walk, because technically we won't really have the money for him, since we did pay AD Terrell $100+ million or $100 million deal. So kind of just got to eat it. It is what it is. We're just gonna try to build this team through the draft. Try to be stronger. So like I said, this development of Michael Penix though is gonna be a big thing for us as well. I feel like developing his accuracy is more so gonna be our biggest thing. I know what we can get from him in his athleticism aspect of everything, but I feel like at times it's his accuracy that kills us at some points in some of these games. You know, also some of the drops from the wide receivers as well also doesn't really do us much justice. You should be able to scribble across his face. Nope. AJ Terrell is on that one, who we made one of the highest paid. Oh, nice catch there by Tyler Algier, who we finally gets back, who we kind of did miss a little bit of last week, and we're trying to go up and over. Get it there. Good throw. That's the type of throws we need in the game. We know we could get out of them if we actually bullet that one in there. Nice catch. But those are the type of throws we need in the game. Those corner routes. We haven't been able to hit those corner routes. I don't think that good catch. We just gotta get our multiplier up here. We'll take it. Probably not gonna get gold or silver, but I feel like taking it there. Try to fight. Got up to one. Need a touchdown here. Touchdown? Yep, we got it. We got to take one of these deeper shots. We just got to throw it up. Okay. Doesn't get picked off, but it does get tipped. Um, yeah. I think another guy we need to focus on going into the future is going to be Arnold Ebikidi. Um, I think focusing on him for these next couple of weeks, at least the next 3 to 4 weeks. I think focusing on him and letting him also get some development out of this season as well. That's gonna be big for him, as he's not starting, at any outside positions right now. But I think he could over a guy like Lorenzo Carter as we're getting down into the last couple, of weeks before the bye. So we'll see how that works out for us. As Arnold Kitty, former second round draft pick for us out of Penn State, I think that could be something good for us. So let's keep developing these young guys and keep getting better. Our defensive rating, we're getting closer towards that top 30 spot. We need to get that back down to where we kind of was a couple weeks ago. Um, yeah. Maybe we can find somebody at the linebacker room as well this offseason. I don't know yet. I don't really know for sure what it's looking like. But it is week 6, so this is a time where we can upgrade our players that does have some form of skill points. We're going to upgrade his hybrid. He's down -1 morale. So he's a true 98, but due to -1 morale at 97. +2 to man, +2 to tackle, +1 to zone, +1 to play rack. Why is he down in morale, though? Lost at home over 3 touchdowns. That makes sense. That would make me lose morale, too. Wow, we go down in man and zone and awareness. Oof, that's a little bad. All right, next person is Cal Pitts, who hasn't really played to the best of his abilities yet, or hasn't shown the best of his abilities yet. So hopefully that is coming. Um, +1 break tackle, +2 catching traffic, +2 to catching, +2 to run blocking. That's really good. +1 to run block power, +1 to spin move. His catching does go up, so that's really good. It just more so just we just gotta We just got to find ways to get him open and get him there. Tyler Algier, uh, he's not a power guy. He's not really an elusive back. He's a run through you, no hesitation, power back. That's what he is. All right. +1 to carrying, +1 to stiff arm, +1 to trucking, +1 to ball carrying vision. He's our bruiser. I hasn't really seen him in the game much yet, but he is the bruiser of the group. Nate Landman, who's really, really good for us. Hasn't really shown it. I mean, he has a couple tackles, 16 tackles thus far, a tackle for loss, a couple pass deflections, or just a pair or one pass deflection. But I do think he can still kind of develop. I want to develop him as a pass coverage linebacker. I think even with us not keeping him, I think going to his next future team, he could be very good for them in the pass coverage. +2 to zone, +1 to play right, +1. I think awareness that was. Yeah, +1 to awareness. His zone goes up to a 63, so that's really good for him. His man isn't that good, but I think Nate Landman is going to be good for the next team that does want to bring him in and, things of that nature. Matthew Bergeron, who's here for us this season and for seasons to come, the 25-year-old, 24-year-old, 25 next season. We're gonna keep upgrading. We're gonna upgrade his power. I think if he's able to move guys. +2 lead block, +2 pass block, +2 run block, +1 run block power, +1 impact block. Really good. Want to get that pass blocking up. I still want to work on that run blocking. Pass block, probably work on his agile a little bit more as well. Rory McLeod, who we do to focus on as well. We're gonna upgrade his playmaking ability. Um, we'll look at a couple catching here. Nope, no catching. Yeah. We do get +2 to awareness, +1 catching traffic, +1 deep route, +2 to mean route, +2 to release, +1 to short route, +2 to spectacular catch. So that's really good. We'll take it. I did want his catching to go up a little bit more, but we'll take it for right now. Clark Phillips, who we was starting to work on, but we're gonna probably get back into him a little bit more. I want to upgrade his slot position because I think that's where he can probably play for us a little bit more in the near future. He goes up to a 72 overall, +1 to TMP, +3 to man though, +1 to tackle, so that's huge. That's 76 man coverage, so that's pretty good for him um, off the gate. As he's trying to prove to us that hey, I can be a number 2, 3 guy for you guys next season. Even if y'all want to still draft a guy, I can still be that for you. Brendan Dorless, I think with this, whether his speed is at, his acceleration is at, his pursuit is at, he has swim move, spin move, bull rusher, script ball, and a high motor, and he is still a team player. I think working on his Mm, let's keep working on his power rusher. I was gonna go speed rusher, but I think power rusher is still pretty something to work on as well. +2 power move, +1 to awareness. 76 power move. Awareness goes up to a 67. His power moves is down one, and finesse moves is also down one as well, as we lost pretty big. So that kind of sucks. Next person is Kevin King, who we moved from corner to strong safety. Give us a little bit of help out there. We're gonna sign him as a run support. Okay, that's not bad. +2 hit power, +1 play recognition, +1 zone coverage, +3 to awareness. Not bad for the 30 plus year old, or almost 30 plus year old, so 29-year-old. Michael Penix, as I stated, we do need to focus on him a lot more. And he's just been terrible throughout the season, man. Throwing interceptions left and right, losing a couple games. Um, yeah, I mean, he threw his first career touchdown a couple weeks ago, but we haven't really had a really good start for him yet. And I think that's dealing with not his acceleration, but his accuracy. So let's focus on that field general. He goes up. He's a true 71, but with the -2 to morale, he's playing as a 69. +1 deep accuracy, +1 medium accuracy, +1 to awareness for the 24-year-old. So he just gotta play good, efficient ball. Taquan Graham, who we have high hopes of for the future. We're gonna upgrade his run stopper, and he's up to a 68, +3 to tackle, +2 to finesse move, +1 to awareness for the 25-year-old. I'm pretty sure we did run stopper. Javon Gwen, Storm Norton, Leo McCullough. You're just gonna automatically upgrade those guys. Boom, bam, bow. So with all that going up, we're gonna spend some staff points on our head coach going into this. All right, we are looked at a couple trades that's been going on. I don't think anything else has happened. We can't make any trades, so don't be. Oh my God, make a trade. We can't trade anybody. We can't trade for anyone. We don't have the money. Goofballs. Like if you go to Trade Center, right, we're -7.18 mil. All we're making a trade if we go like this. Boom, boom. It'll give us money to make a trade. That's the only way we can get to make a trade. These are the only two players we can trade away. That's gonna free us up enough money to make a trade. Are we at that point yet? Maybe not. Maybe not. Are we at that? Bringing in a Darius Slay for a year would be nice. But are we at that point to where we're making sacrifices like this? No, I don't think so. None of these are realistic trades, anyways. Maybe this Trey Henderson is a realistic trade because he's gonna trade in real life. So maybe that would be something realistically to do. But even still, his cap hit is up to 20 mil. So it'll still be a little tougher to kind of pull that off. But other than, really good edge rusher wouldn't be the worst for us um, getting to the quarterback and going forward. Although this is a 3-4 team, but if it's Brandon Dorless, let's think about the future, right? Future wise, let's think about it. Trey Henderson, Arnold Ebiketie, you dropped the outside linebacker. So hold on, wait, hold on. You got Davion Yamada. Trey Henderson, Rook Ororo, Arnold Ebiketie, Brandon. You have D'Angelo Malone, Brandon Dorless, and a drafted outside linebacker coming after the quarterback. That doesn't sound too bad to me. That really doesn't sound too bad to me. But I don't know if trading away for him is a good call due to him. Let's see what his contract is. Bengals. He is a left end. Oh no, that's Sean. 29 years old, 88 overall. Remember that. 29 years old. He is 88 overall. He is on a 2-year deal, so it's not the worst. But it still is something to think about. If we do want to pull the trigger on that, even if that's an off-season pull trigger, that's an off-season move. If we want to pull that trigger on that in the off-season, I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but we'll have to see once the off-season does approach. All right, cool. So far, this episode has already been pretty long. Let's get right into this gameplay here, and yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we get.
It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching Caden Ellis. He'll get after you every chance he can get on defense. It's the Falcons and the Panthers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Let's see, can we get a road win here against the Carolina Panthers in the Carolinas? Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna turn that off because I don't want to look like, oh, the Falcons playing the Falcons. No, we're playing Carolina. Okay, that's not an ideal kickoff return right there for us. Normally we're pretty good in the kickoff return team, but right there we didn't look that good. Bryce Young, who's having a good start to his season thus far. Those are his number. Having a good start to his season. And that's going to be incomplete. As he's just under pressure there. I think he had a little bit of pressure bearing again on him. Yeah, he got Lorenzo Carter. Gets there a little late, but he was getting there on a 5. I think he's about 6 foot. Maybe even just 5'11", but we had a little bit of pressure coming in there. Big hit, Caden Ellis. He decks the rookie out of Texas. And David Yamada goes down a little early here, as they're gonna come out here and it's 3rd and 11. Gotta play a little bit of a good play there by Jesse Bates, and that brings up 4th down. Bruce starting him to David Yamada, so we're gonna get to see a lot more. Of Mr. Taquan Graham. Michael Penix, the 8th overall pick. Trying to just get his feet under himself. You know, it's still the early part of the season. We still believe immensely into him, and tackle from behind by Shaq Thompson, the veteran middle linebacker there. As we're going to be playing good defense throughout our whole career here in the South. With the Panthers defense, there we go. Tyler Algier picks up a good game there. The Panthers defense is really, really good. The Saints defense is really, really good. The Buccaneers defense is really, really good. We're just going to have to hold our own here, you know. We're going to bullet that one in there to Darnell Mooney. That's a first down. As we want to see a little bit more out of Mooney and these wide receivers throughout this season. But I think we also have to make sure, like, we know, like, it's going to take time. It's still going to take us some time to get to where we want to be. We're not going to get there right away. And Ray McLeod, he's very, very, very... He drops the ball every game. And I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing out of Ray Ray. Ray Ray has been benched. He's not going to be in the slot corner position no more. Ray Ray is benched for right now. If we can't get good catching out of Kadero Hodge will be benched. But thus far, Ray McLeod will be benched. You know, we're going to bring this to 3rd and 7 before getting pummeled down in there. And Drew Dahlman is headed back to the locker room after just coming back from his injury. And this is not good for this offensive line, who's already been struggling for the past couple of weeks. We're going to slide. We're going to run for it. He's trying to lower his shoulder, and DJ Wanham stops him. 4th and inches. Neither team has scored yet. But with my belief in this offense and this offensive line to get us some yards and a running back we have on this roster, I feel confident with going for it here. And we found a crease. Bijan Robinson first down. Big run for Bijan Robinson there. The offensive line gave us just a crease to get through, and Bijan Robinson was able to exploit it. And we find Darnell Mooney, gain of 7. This is what we like to see from this offense. I can't tell if Drew Dahlman is back, but I don't think so. And we're going to find Charlie Warner, first down. Michael Penix, besides that one drop that I can't even blame on him, he's been very efficient, very good. Very steady at throwing the ball. He's getting flustered there. He's going to find a way to escape. He's going around the sideline. First down and out of bounds. First down from the rookie out of Washington. He has his offense moving on all cylinders. We're going to check down there to Tyler Algier. He's going to pick up 2. Let's make sure we keep this defense, you know, kind of guessing what our next move is. And we just will. And Bijan Robinson blows a pow drive, runs through, whatever you want to call it, straight through Xavier Woods, who's a really good tackling safety, but Bijan just a little bit more power than Xavier Woods. We're going to find no yards there as he makes up for it with a great tackle on Kyle Pitts, as Pitts just couldn't make a move after he caught the ball there. And we're just running backwards, and we're going to throw this one away. He avoids the sack there and gets the ball out of his hands as we're still in the Panthers territory. Looking at 3rd and goal here from the 6. And we're going to find Darnell Mooney. Touchdown! 6 yards out. That's Darnell Mooney, 3rd touchdown of the year. 7-0. So three of the four touchdowns Penix has thrown this year has been to Darnell Mooney. One, I want to say, has been to Kyle Pitts. Big hit. Mike Hughes. Thus far, we're trying to make sure we keep our season alive. I know you guys will be like, well, it's still kind of early to be like, oh, well, your season is done. And he's sacked! Arnold advocating! The offensive line for the Panthers just breaks down. Something you normally doesn't see from this Panther squad, and it breaks down there. Oh, that should have been picked. And the first overall pick of the 2023 draft class is just looking flustered right now. And he dropped it. Mo Alley Cox. That's not ideal. Wasn't really expecting that to happen there. Good thing it did happen because we probably was going to miss that tackle as we get brought down there. Let's see. I really don't like this. Let's bring Drake here on the underneath route. We're gonna find Drake running for a gain of 5. Bijan Robinson picks up 3. Third and 2 here. Third and manageable. This could be a blitz here as well. Just couldn't get there. Picked up a yard. I think with us having a lead, we have to put the ball in the defensive hands. All right, he called us a fair catch at the 20. So thus far, we've been playing a lot of zone. Let's get into this man defense there a little bit. See what we can get out of this. And that's no good. Molly Cox, first down. So far, we're holding Bryce Young to 25 completion percentage. And you can necessarily say they're not necessarily running the ball as much as I thought they would with their three-headed monster. I mean, as of right now, it seems like Jonathan Brooks is leading that way. But I did kind of expect a little bit more out of this squad. And we overran him there, and we're going to bring him down. He picks up 5. As we was just talking about how they're not running the ball as effective, Jonathan Brooks said, hey, okay, I'll show you effective running. He showed us there on that one. This could be another pass here. I do feel like it could be. And we're... Alrighty then. First down to the rookie, Xavier Legette. Legette. Just not ideal there. As he's going to find another good gain of 5 there to Terrace Marshall. Now he's doing the check down rule. So let's go into a little bit of a man here. See, can we slow that down just a little bit? Or not. And he's going to overthrow Terrace Marshall, brings up 3rd and 5. So that wasn't the best offensive, defensive play there, but we do find a way to slow that down just good enough. And we're going to try to beat him around the edge, and we do. He still picks up the first down. Jonathan Brooks out of Texas. Nice way to slip the tackler there. And he keeps their drive alive. We're going to come up here in a press defense here. We're going to play here with Brendan Dorless here against the guard. And he fumbles it. He puts the ball on the deck. And we're just not able to scoop it. The rookie made a rookie mistake and almost paid for it, and they pulled him out the game. They said, no, we can't have this right now. This is a tight, close. And nobody's going to be able to get there. We're going to bring them down, but well past the first down marker. Well past the first down marker. We didn't have no type of containment there. Nobody contained there. And it kind of pays off for them. We're going to come down. A nice tackle there. Arnold Evan Katie flying in like a missile. Hits him for a loss of 2. We're going to keep playing our brand of football here. As we're going to keep trying to get off the blocks. Nope, nice tackling. And no, it's not. Jonathan Mingo picks up a first down. These Panthers are some nifty guys here when they want to get the first down. And we overran them. Big hit. Justin Simmons flies in. Arnold Ebikidi gets off the block, and that didn't really mean anything. And we're going to make a nice tackle there. Good play. AJ Terrell to stick his hand in there. And to try to slow him down just a little bit. And that's going to be a 1st and goal. Mo Alley Cox, first down. So far, they're nickel and diming goes down the field. Will we be able to hold our own here? And we do not stop him. Touchdown, Terrace Marshall. Brandon Doyle's digging in the backfield, but it was a little too late. He already found Terrace Marshall, the 4th-year man out of LSU, in the end zone. All right, so now we have to be able to play really good football here in the final couple minutes of the second, almost at the fourth. Like the fourth quarter's here already. No. The final 4 minutes of the second here. Or I should probably say the final couple minutes of the first half. Or however you guys want to take it, call it, whatever. We got to play. This is where we mainly make the most mistakes. Going into halftime. I feel like we don't protect the ball a lot more. So we have to be able to protect the ball. We have to be able to understand, like, if we don't protect the ball, and that's a big run there for Bijan Robinson, and that's going to probably get called back. Hopefully it's not on Drake London, because it shouldn't be on Drake London. It really shouldn't be called on anybody. It's going to be called on Matthew Bergeron. I don't know how. I don't know why. It shouldn't be called on anybody there. Those are good blocks. No holding there. Is that considered holding? I mean, his hands is, I guess you can say that's holding. So I guess you could call that holding on him. Instead of first down, it's first, well, it's still first down again, but instead of first and 10, it's first and 18. That's not where we want to be at, ideally. And we find Kyle Pitts for a good gain of 5. So for a little bit more there, but couldn't really find it. 2nd and 13 here. We found Kadero Hodge for a good play there. And this brings up 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 4. This is where you call your money plays at. This is where you want to get your guys, that's your playmakers, out on the perimeter, and there go one of them. Then there go Kyle Pitts down the sideline. First down, Pitts to the 33. That's what we like to see from Kyle Pitts. The dinks and dunks that turns into a 15, 20-yard run after catch. Oh, we couldn't juke him out. We'll lose a yard there. This run game has been slowed down since week 1. We haven't really had the same run game ever since, and we're back-to-back plays with no yards. So we have to make sure we get in field goal range at least within this final 2 minutes of the first half. If not, you can potentially say we're out of field goal range and we're not going to make this kick. Because he's shown that he can't make this kick. We're going to try to blow that one, and it's picked off. We just can't escape the interceptions. And he's off and running. It's going to be a pick 6. Rudy Ford. That's the 8th interception the rookie has thrown this season. And it's only been 6 weeks. It's dang near at least, well, in one game he thrown 4 interceptions. That was against the Chiefs. So you can say at least an interception or 2 a game, if not more. And it's just not what you want to see out of a rookie quarterback. That's what be your franchise quarterback in the near future. I don't know, bro. If we held the ball too long, and that's what I mean. Whenever we get down to these late minutes, going into the half or going to the final game, end of the game, we never. Okay, somehow that foul Tyler Algier. We'll take it. We always make the wrong decisions, and it ends up biting us in the end. We have to be able to, control the ball, control the narrative. Drake London drops it. Almost said Kyle Pitts. I don't know why. Drake London, he's the one that drops it there, so I can't blame Kyle Pitts. I don't play like that. Nope. Oh, we're hit as we throw. By him being left-handed, it's a lot harder to turn around and throw. Or to run and throw, because it's like a cross-body type of motion with him. So it's just things like that. We just have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. We do find Drake London first down. So we're trying to keep ourselves in this game as much as possible. Even if this is just a field goal, we do get ball first in the second half. So we're trying to stay into this game a little bit. Like I said, even if that means. And we find Kyle Pitts. We're gonna burn a timeout here. We have 2. Well, we had full 3. Let's burn a timeout there, as we did take our shot across the middle to try to give us something fairly here. Let's see what we get out of this respectfully. This could go. No, don't get picked, and it does. We dissected that so slow. Jamie Robinson, but Darnell Mooney is giving chase, and he will catch him at the 8. We read that so slow. Look how slow we were at this. He's open now. I gotta throw it now, but I read it so slow that by the time we did throw it, it's too late. That's on me, bro. They're in field goal range here. This could very much be what they need to go up by, and they will go up 21-7. Aye. This is not looking too good. We need points here going into half. We need the points here going into half. Oh my God, no way! The ball traveled too far. Oh, baby. Come on, defense. Let's not give up any points. Good pressure. Come on, D. Let's not give up any points here. This game just made me mad, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Nope, he's sacked. Good sack. They're still going up 24-7 here. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't really matter. A lead is a lead at the end of the day. Still going to take a commanding lead here. We just got to come out, get a touchdown, and be down by 10. And just will ourselves back.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football.
Oh,
We'll get started
and the nigga just
Superdome
what?
in New Orleans,
Show up.
where it was the visiting Bucks who were able to come in and win one on the road. Baker Mayfield, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Will Levis leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And that one all tied. We saw a strong first half out of the Alabama man and former #1 selection, Bryce Young. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 safeties.
All right.
Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
You gotta be able to dissect, bro. You gotta be able to take everything we did, leave it in the first half. It's a whole different 20-minute ball game. We're down big solely because of those interceptions. Solely because of those three interceptions we found. Dang, we throw 3 interceptions just like that. That's crazy. Is it 3 or 2? Hopefully it's 2. Hopefully it's 2. It's 3. Yeah, 3 interceptions just like that. That's crazy. All within the last 2 minutes of that first half. And guess what? They're up by 24-7. Oh my God, get him one. Aye. I don't want to go away from the run game, but it seems like we might have to right now. Let's bullet that one in there. We find him. Kyle Pitts first down. 5 receptions for 70 yards for him on the day, which is really, really good. He's been off to a slow start this season. Feels like he's picking it up this half. And I feel like that has to be the guy we kind of have to go through. Get there. Oh, that's almost picked off by Troy Hill. That ball has to be able to get there faster, man. This is tough. Tough game for us so far. Tyler Algier makes it 3rd and 5, so that's pretty solid. We kind of just have to take everything that the defense gives us. The deep balls, short balls, everything. We just have to take it. You know, when I say take it, I don't mean just throw it there because they're open. But hopefully that's not what it is. Holding offense. Oh my God. Come on, Matthew. Come on, Bedge. And then we had an injury as well. It's to London. So we lose 15. 3rd and 15. And we're sacked. Golly. Come on, defense. We need you here. Now. This is where we need a defense at. Oh my God, they let him throw that away. Play some man here. It don't. Oh, nice. It didn't even let me switch over. Good. We forced a 3rd out. Great. We forced a quick one. Good. Not much time was wasted. Come on, Drake. We need you to step up here. Come on, Pitts. We need you to step up here. More importantly, Penix, we need you to step up here too. I think we have to just dial it in now. Pass heavy. Minimum mistakes. Yep, that's going to be the first minimum mistake. Throw it short, picks up 6. Drive alive. That's the first one. Pass heavy, minimum mistakes. Yep, there go the second one. Give it to Pitts. Let him get some yards. That's a first down. Resets the game clock. Like I said, you got to be pass heavy, minimum mistakes. Yep. Oh, come on, Warner. Come on, Warner. Come on, Charlie. Come on, Charlie. Good catch. We'll take it. Get a 4. God dang it, Charlie. You catch the first pass I throw to you. Then there's this one. It's like, no. Oh, is that Duelli? Yeah, we're going to run for it. A lot of room on this outside. Pick up first down out of bounds. Good. We'll take it. We'll take it. Take what the defense gives us right now. Got him. Yep, nice. Get a 4. Keep it over here. If we can get a quick pass here, that'll be huge. Yep, got him. Good job, Cadero. Let's go. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. No way he sits there, bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh, this is gonna piss me off, bro. You know, he just sits right where he's supposed to be. Nice, good stuff, Tay. You know, he just sat right in there, bro. That's what's gonna make me mad. He sits right where he's supposed to be going. He better not get any more yards. Come on. Come on, D. Trying to run the ball. Oh, that's on the side. Oh, that should be sad, bro. All right. Fair catch this one. Yo, we gotta get Bijan involved, bro. I feel like not getting Bijan involved is pretty bad for this offense in general. But it's so hard to run the ball right now. There we go. Hey, that's how we gotta get involved in. Quick passes, quick throws has to be the way we get involved in. Nice. First down, Bijan. I feel like if there's no other way, it has to be the quick passes, the quick throws. If there's going to be no other way, it has to be those. Triangle and circle. Cool. Blow that one in there. Good catch, Cadero. Cadero Hodge, man. He's been playing some pretty solid ball today. Only on the plays that we can get in the ball on, he's been playing pretty solid ball on. But. Nice. Nice. Nice footwork from Penix there. That's what we get here. I'm not looking for a touchdown here, but I am looking for something to get us out of this jam. Got him. Duelli. First down. That would end off the... Oh, my God. Holding yet again. Chris Lindstrom. 1st and 20, bro. That's not ideal at all, bro. We got one good play. It's negated by a holding call. And we're hit as we throw. God dang it. 2nd and 20. This is not going well at all. It's just not, bro. Not really able to find our guys. Not really given the time to. Throw that away. Okay, there we go. I was trying to get the tight end attack to open the whole time, but 1st and 20 here. Hopefully this works. Just get out the pocket, out the pocket, out the pocket, out the pocket. Run forward. Nope, not gonna help. God dang it. Probably just have to throw that one though. Nice tackle by AJ Terrell. Holy cow. Coach suggestion. Play man defense now. Play man. Best on best. That's how we gotta play it. Finish pulling forward. Nice play, Caden Ellis. He shot in there like a freaking rocket. If we can play man defense on the outside, I don't mind. I don't mind it at all. If we can play man defense on the outside, I don't mind it at all. Oh my God. How is he still up, bro? They're in this 4th quarter now. So they do want to run the ball. Nice play. Good job, Kevin. Can we get a stop in the backfield? Can we get a stop, please? Nice. We'll take it 3-3. They're still in field goal range. So it's not nothing too crazy. Let's see. Can we finally probably make an interception happen here? Oh, we overplayed it, bro. Oh my God. This is not going well at all. We need somebody to jump this route soon. Very, very soon. Big hit, Caden Ellis. Oh, they Alfred catch the ball. We needed the interception, bro. Oh, that's what we needed, the interception, not the drop. Oh. God dang it, bro. We needed the interception, bro. We're down by 20. It's just... After this game, we're probably gonna make a change at the quarterback position. Heineke's gonna come in now for the rest of this game. It's 4 minutes left. I don't really see us getting back into it. Heineke's coming out here now. He might actually start next week, bro. Oh, he overthrows freaking Pitts. Interception's just been our receiving. Oh my God. Pressure's just in there so freaking quickly. Giving him no time to dissect. Got him. Let's go, Drake. Good. We'll take it. We go away from the run game so early that there's no point of us even. Oh, brother. See what we get out of Mooney. Or Kadero Hodge here. Got him. Cordero Hodge first down. That's huge play by Cordero. Pitts. Touchdown, baby. Let's go. Still 4 minutes left, so anything can happen. Heineke gave us a little bit of a jolt off the sideline. Down by 13. 4 minutes left. Okay. What we need right now is a turnover, a 3-and-out, and I think we're good. A turnover, a quick turnover. If we get a pick 6 here, I'd give us a little bit of hope. No fumble there, though. Try to draw that one loose. Nothing there. We're going to play a lot of man here now. I think we have the team to where we can play man. Cool. We're going to play off ball here, actually. Where's this team? Oh, that got to be picked, AJ. God dang it, AJ. That has to be picked. Pinch. Holy cold, they say he was out of bounds. Wow. They say he was out of bounds. Okay, we'll take that. No, this is a pass. Oh, AJ Terrell almost had another pick. He has to pick that off. Okay, we have 3 minutes, 3:45 left. If we could just take a minute and 30 off, that leaves us with about 2 minutes and some change. Another quick 3-and-out and be down by 6. Maybe we have ourselves a shot. Maybe we give ourselves a shot, man. Maybe. Can't have any mistakes here, though. But we have to go on a... What the frick? Bro, did my game freeze? We'll take it. Kyle Pitts, gain of 8. We really have to go on a quick strike here. We can't waste too much time off. We got a couple deep shots here. Hopefully we can find it here. But... Boom, and we do! Let's go! Boom! Quick strike. Let's go. Great ball there by Taylor Heineke. Oh, it hits him at his feet. It's not the worst thing to happen. That's not the worst thing that could happen there. Charlie Warner, he's been good thus far. Unless we run this play for him, then he's dropping the ball all over the place. And that's a touchdown! Touchdown, Atlanta! We can go for 2, make this a 5-point ball game, or go for the 1, make this a 6. I think going for the 2 here is probably our best option. Let's come out here in the gun formation with Algier in the backfield. Let's see what they give us here on the line. So we can switch it up if we want to an Algier play, and we will. Come on, Ty. And he's good. Let's go. 5-point ball game with 2:14 left in the 4th. Taylor Heineke came off the bench and gave us a jolt. Heineke giving us some life here in Charlotte. Nice tackle there by Richie Grant and D'Angelo Malone. With a couple more seconds left, couple more minutes left in this 4th. Let's see what we get here. We're going to play a little bit of press here. Oh, that's incomplete. 2nd and 10. See what they want to give us here. Yet again. Line it up out wide a little bit. And that's a first down. That's something we don't need right now. All right. They could be lining up to just milk this clock just a little bit here. Big hit, Jesse Bates. We're going to burn our first time out here. Try to save us some clock. Just here now. We're going to put him on a man coverage here. See how that works out for us. Big hit! Let's go! Like I said, 5-point ball game. This could still be a run here. Necessarily could be. And he's going to throw this away. They're still in field goal range. Believe it, no, they're not. They're just outside of field goal range. And down by 5 with a minute and 46 seconds left. The Atlanta Falcons have a shot to win the game here. Man, Taylor Heineke, man. I can't even say nothing about it, bro. He came in, gave us a jolt. 6 for 10 for 137 with 2 touchdowns. Came in, gave us a quick jolt to the offense. Can't be mad about it. I think if we're given a chance to let this go, actually, that's a good punt. It's a great punt, actually. We're going to ball at 14 instead of the 20. Pitts, he's been really, really good for us today. London been really, really good for us today. Mooney been pretty solid for us today. He caught it! He caught it! Offense, defense. Unnecessary roughness? Unnecessary roughness! First and 10 at the 28. So that works out in our favor here. That's huge. 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 That's huge. A minute and 35 left in the fourth. Down 5. Is this Atlanta team cut out for whatever we need here? Throw this away. Yep, throw that away. Had a better chance of just staying in the pocket there and not really forcing it. Thought Pitts count that on the sideline there. We're going to roll out here. Throw a dot there to Pitts. And he caught it! First down, Kyle Pitts! We only got 1 timeout left, so we can't be too quick to make a decision. And that hits him in his back of his leg. That's not the worst thing to happen. Truly not the worst thing to happen to us. Right there in that moment. You have to be able to make plays, man. Game on the line. Don't get picked. Darnell Mooney with a catch. He didn't get out of bounds, though. We're going to burn one. We have to burn this one. Mooney with a great catch there. Oh, keep it right there, Mooney. Kyle Pitts. Drake London, I'm sorry. He picks up a gain of 9. That's huge. I don't really want to go across the middle just yet. So I would love to kind of keep it in this area of... Oh, we overthrow Drake London there. We didn't really need to overthrow him. You have to keep it necessarily on the sideline here. What can we call? Let's call dagger. Bits maybe. Caught, run some guys. Get out of bounds. Leave us with some seconds here. Yeah, he should outrun him for sure. Get out of bounds. Good. Late hit. Unnecessary roughness, maybe. Ref. Thus far, so far, so good. So far, so good. We're moving. Getting some underneath things going. 37 seconds left. No, we got tackled in bounds. We got to hurry up here. Hurry up. Get set, get set, get set. No, he dropped it in the end zone. Oh, no way. No way he dropped it in the end zone. We have to take an end zone shot here. We have to. We don't win. Darnell Mooney, touchdown, that's the game winner. Oh my God. We won it in a fourth. What a walk-off touchdown for Darnell Mooney. Tyler Heineke comes in and win it in the fourth quarter with 3 passing touchdowns. Oh my God. Darnell Mooney, touchdown. That's an unbelievable divisional game down to the final 2 seconds, and we win it. Oh my God. No way. We came back down 24-7 with 20 minutes left in the game. We thrown our fair shares of interceptions, thrown our fair shares of touchdowns. But it all came down to Taylor Heineke coming in the game in the fourth quarter, gives this offense a jolt. Throw for 208, 3 touchdowns, and 57 completion percentage. 12 of 21. He outbeat what Michael Penix did, and he thrown 4 touchdowns today. And that's 11 picks on the season already. I think Taylor Heineke comes in next week as the starter, and he's going to lead us next week in week 7, bro. Kyle Pitts, he had 10 receptions for 130 and a touchdown. Drake London, 7 for 87 and a touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 6 for 52 and 2 touchdowns. Kadar Hodge, 4 for 63. Charlie Warner, 3 for 53. We're still trying to figure out how to get Bijan Robinson involved. We gave up a sack with Caleb McGarry. Other than that, not really much is there. Grady Jarrett had a sack. Arnett Bikita had a sack. DJ Johnson had a sack. All 4 of our picks, man. Couple tackle for losses from Caden Ellis, who also had 7 tackles today. Didn't finish the game as the leading tackler, but he did really, really well. Wow, a come-from-behind victory. We scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. We gave up 24 in the first half. A couple of those came off of those 3 interceptions. Nobody scored in the third, which I feel like gave us the ultimate advantage to be able to come back in the fourth. But to hold the Panthers to only 3 points in the fourth, and Taylor Heineke comes in and just takes over. Absolutely takes over. Darnell Mooney, 14-yard pass from Taylor Heineke, touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 11-yard pass from Taylor Heineke, touchdown. Then we had the Tyler Algier 2-point conversion. That was big for us. 78-yard pick 6. Bryce Young had a touchdown to Wiley Cox. Then Eddie Pinheiro comes in and finish it off. Darnell Mooney had the only touchdown in the first quarter. I mean, like I said, we've shown that we can score, but we got to be better, man. I feel like the defense didn't play terrible. The defense played as hard as they could. Turnovers almost lost us that game. Turnovers, literally, almost lost us that game. We beat them in total yards with 622. If y'all want to look at offensive total yards as well, we beat them in that. They only had 192 total offense. 192. We had 496. Rushing, we had 17 for 105. Beat him in that. Rushing yards, yards per rush, 6.2. Completion percentage, 333 or 355, and 4 touchdowns. He went 13 for 27. Yards per pass, 7.1. Passing yards, he threw for 391. He only threw for 108. 10 freaking 8. Come on, bro. Or really 132. But the game says 108 for passing yards. It was almost the turnovers, bro, that almost killed us this game. I mean, almost killed us. Cost us this game almost. We had 3 penalties, though. Look at the time of possessions, man. Almost lost that game. Taylor Heineke comes in and just takes over. Absolutely takes over. I'm not mad at it. I'm happy about it. Taylor Heineke puts up 3 touchdowns. Um, Dang, bro. Almost lost. So close to losing. So close to freaking losing, bro. So we moved to 3-3. That helps us out for the future. We did come in. We did beat him in touchdowns because he only had 2. We had 4. We did outplay Bryce Young. Oh, well, he didn't outplay Bryce Young specifically, but Taylor Heineke did. So I think if we ever get in a game like that again, I think Taylor Heineke just has to be the one to come in. I'm not going to start him right now. I am going to still let Penix kind of get that. Oh, $2 out for another 4 freaking weeks. Oh, my God. Screw me and screw me now. We play Seattle, though, at home next week. Man. Tough start so far for Penix, man. Tough start for Penix right now. Struggling, bro. We're struggling. Struggling. We're on the struggle bus. But these 3 guys, they showed up, man. These 3 guys have showed up. I'm liking what I got out of Kadero Hodge last week, too. Very consistent. So he might be thrown into the starting lineup or starting in a slot position. But these 3 guys with 300 yards apiece, 3 touchdowns apiece here, 1 only. But he's leaving them and receiving and running out the catch. But he only played in 5 games, but he's leading us so far. He's been playing really, really good. Look at all these sacks, man, we're giving out, bro. Unfreaking ridiculous, bro. 6, 12, 18, 24. 50 tackles, 40, 35, 26. He doesn't have the interceptions yet, but hopefully they start coming in sooner than later. We kind of went on a little dry sack streak. 60. That's crazy. Won it 17 times on the season, man. You got to be better, bro. You got to be better. You got to be better. Yeah. Good game from Taylor Heineke. Come in off the bench and give us that spark. Like I said, we play Seattle this week. Which is week 7 now. Yeah, we didn't win it. I don't know who would have won it, though. Let's see. Brandon Ayuk, 6 receptions for 161. The receiving touchdown. Shaq Thompson, Josh Hines Allen, and Josh Allen. So that Allen just won it last week for us. We need to be better with Penix, man. Better with Penix going forward. Yeah, we're 3-3. Second still. We're in the playoffs right now. We're 5th in the playoffs, so that's really, really good. We need to try to hold on to that spot right now. 5th. So that's pretty solid for us right now. Yeah, facing one of the toughest teams in the West, the West, as they're playing for a playoff spot, as they're 3-headed race, could potentially be a 4 if they lose and San Fran win, and then also Arizona lose. Arizona plays the Chargers, so if Arizona lose, San Fran. Oh wow, the Chiefs are 5-0 right now, so they're on a high roll. Whoo! I don't know if they're the only undefeated team, but they are on a high roll right now. So, all right, let's make sure there wasn't any trades or anything that went down without my knowledge, and then we'll head right. Oh, well, here go some trades. Trey Tucker, Raiders trade Trey Tucker to the Cardinals for Kaiser White. The Raiders traded a 2026 7 as well. Are we in the process of making a trade here? Week 9 is the trade deadline. Are we in the process of making a trade? Do we want to trade away Justin Simmons and uh, Matthew Judon and say, hey, we're going to be a young team for the future. We know this. We know that. But I do feel as if we could probably find somebody in free agency. And right now, I'm not really fond upon trading away Justin Simmons. Maybe trading away a guy like Matthew Judon couldn't be the worst. He only has 2.5 sacks thus far on the season, which isn't the worst. It could be way worse than that. But that's all he has upon the season. Maybe Lorenzo Carter could be traded in that package and just pick up somebody else at an outside linebacker position. As of right now, that's probably where my brain is at. That's where my head is at. That's where my brain is going. Maybe going out there and picking up an outside linebacker that can come off the edge still. Ooh, a 2025 third, a Jamin Davis, and a 2026 seventh. That doesn't sound too bad. Ooh, a Josh Sweat, 2027 6, 2027 seventh, and 2027 seventh. I feel like Josh Sweat is buried on the depth chart right now. Juwan Bentley, a third in 2027. I'm not really a fan of that one. Derek Hall. Okay. Aziza, sure, Noah Brown. That wouldn't be terrible. I don't want to talk. I don't need another running back. That wouldn't be smart for me. Logan Brown, he's young, but I don't think they would trade Logan Brown thus far. But I could see this Josh Sweat trade being something for us from the Eagles. As of right now, Josh Sweat he actually is the number one outside linebacker. Bryce Huff, though, I feel like would be a little bit more of a interest for me. Let's see what they would want for Bryce Huff. Let's remove this. Let's see. Davion Amata, Jake Matthews, no. Caden Ellis, Kyle Pitts, no. That's probably the worst trade to do right now for me. So let me go ahead and remove that. Because I do like the Josh Sweat one, but so that wouldn't even work. So yeah, that wouldn't even work. Leonard Floyd. What would they want for Leonard Floyd? Drake London. That's probably the worst comparison I've ever seen. For Leonard Floyd, a Drake London. So no trade package for him. So it will have to be a 1-2 and be okay with this if we were to make this trade. Now we're getting different trade aspects now. Now we're getting totally new different ball game from what we was getting before. So I guess because we didn't put Matthew Judon at first. So yeah, see, now we're getting a whole different ball game. Now we're getting like the Darius Smith, Logan Wilson's, and all that. As Darius Smith wouldn't be terrible since he is on the back end of his career. That wouldn't be bad. He could play alongside Grady Jarrett, or move him to the outside as one of our outside linebackers. Move him over to the right outside linebacker, make him a prolific edge rusher. But he's not really good in his coverage, so that wouldn't really fit him too much. So, with that being said, Zadarius Smith probably wouldn't fit in that role. Jamin Davis is just not that good at rushing a passer. Josh Sweat, as being their number one guy, wouldn't really be my main guy necessarily. We'll just have to figure out what we're looking like, what we're going with. And we'll just find those packages. I think we will make that trade. I do still want to keep Justin Simmons on the team, so I don't think we're going to do that. But I do think, based off of how Matthew Judon has played thus far, I don't really see myself keeping of Matthew Judon. He only has 2.5 sacks. He's played on all the snaps. He played in all the games. Hasn't missed a game yet. 296 snaps played. This is a lot of snaps. But I only have 2.5 sacks, 5 tackle for loss, and 17 tackles. Now, if you want to look and call me the crazy man, if you really want to call me the crazy man, you can. I don't care. But we do have Arnold Ebiketie here as well, who has played just as many snaps, or not as many snaps, but also have 2 sacks so far. Not as many tackles and tackle for losses because, like I said, he hasn't played as many snaps. He only played 144. But in those 144 snaps, he has 2 sacks already. So I think with that being said, I think Matthew Judon can be traded. And then Lorenzo Carter, who plays a lot of snaps for us as well. He plays a lot of snaps for us. But he's not really getting the sacks. 293 sacks with 6 games played. And he's not really producing the sacks that I am looking for. Also, he's on last year of his deal anyways. So I think he and Matthew Judon is going to be a great trade piece. So going into the week 7 matchup, that could be on our mind. Going into week 8 or potentially coming out of week 7, that could be a trade piece that you guys can look forward to. So please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace. Squaw. Yeah.